I think a lot of the tools or the way we learn these tools, I think of it as scaffolding. To contrast with what I'm not interested in. Sometimes I see people applying this stuff like they're doing the scaffolding. They're not doing the thing that the scaffolding is there to support. And I've done a lot of different trainings and I've been lucky to have great teachers and great approaches. And I find that some of the trainings I do are very scaffolding heavy and they don't necessarily do a perfect job of showing people that what they're cultivating is not the scaffolding, but what the kind of building that the scaffolding supports. And I've done other trainings that are really great at supporting people in getting the building and getting what's being built, but they don't actually emphasize the scaffolding or the support structures in a way that really helps people feel held in this learning process that can sometimes be vulnerable or it's just challenging to learn something new sometimes. One of the things I really liked about the training is that there was a lot of structure and so I felt really held in that, right? Like I knew what the form was of what we were doing. They also weren't trying to get us to just imitate the form. It was really clear that the form was there to support a set of learnings and experiences rather than being done for its own sake. Practitioners who apply NLP, that's what I really trust, is where they have those learning, yet they're expressing them in a genuine, spontaneous way rather than doing a form. So the most fundamental thing, and this is not causative in any way, but it just so happened that during the course of these trainings I went through, I think like the biggest challenges of my life so far, sudden death of my father, some really big, difficult situations in my work life, in relationships, and those are just things that are really big for me. There's no avoiding that they're difficult and that they're overwhelming. It was like these big situations where it's like the current me can't handle this actually, and I just need to go through a process of not knowing what to do with major losses in my life or major changes. And I think previous versions of me would have lost my center in those situations, right? It's like, it's not just that I would have been overwhelmed, but the connection with my own kind of fundamental creativity and integrity and intention to do what I feel deeply inspired to do as a human being on planet Earth would have gotten disrupted. And there was something about having the training and the experience. It was both during the training and after the training. That was like the biggest difference that I noticed myself, is like, oh, I'm going through situations that are really hard. And I'm still here. I'm still with myself. I haven't lost um, this connection to my own ability to be creative and show up for the people that I care about, and keep working on the things that are important to me and keep adapting. And that's like my biggest takeaway. And I used a lot of the skills in the training to get through certain moments of profound loss and disorientation. And that was a really big deal.